there, you're welcome to this week's episode of Mending Bridges. My name is Chichi Ogunaya. Feel free to call me a force to reckon with. As you already know, the show inspires you to live a chaste, focused, and purposeful life. So welcome on this week's exciting episode. Today I'll be talking about accountability partner, talking basically about who a counselor is, if it's important for you to have one. If you recall, I already recorded an episode a few weeks ago talking about getting a counselor, getting an accountability partner. But today on the show, I won't be talking alone. I have invited a beautiful young lady, a professional in this space, who's going to be telling us more about getting an accountability partner and whether or not it's important for you to have a counselor to yourself. Her name is Bimi. You're welcome to the show.
Thank you, Gigi.
So I need to give you a brief profile of this amazing young woman seated here. Gbemisola Ogunride is a psychotherapist. She's also the lead therapist at the Family Place, a mental and behavioral health services provider, committed to fostering wellness and wholeness in all individuals. Gbemi's specialist is with family development. She conducts marriage and family therapy for couples and also play therapy for children and adolescents. She also conducts individual therapy for adults and facilitates professional counseling, trainings, parenting, education workshops, and also workshops on mental health. So you agree with me that she's the perfect person for today's episode. You're welcome once again. So I've been talking about getting an accountability partner. We live in a society where people go through a whole lot of mental health issues, leading to depression and all sorts. And very few people feel comfortable talking about someone. Talking to someone rather. And for some people who are overly religious, they want to go to their pastor to talk about it. While I am not opposing that, I just want us to clarify on today's show. Is it really important to have a counselor?
Yes, it is important to have a counselor. Like I always tell people, when it comes to issues of mental health, just look at it just as you view physical health. You don't have an issue going to the doctor, medical doctor, when there's something wrong, you have a headache or there's an illness or whatever it is. So while the mental health professional, either the counselor or the therapist, is the doctor of the mind, the medical doctor is the doctor of your physical health. So if as a Christian you don't have an issue going to a medical doctor when you have malaria or whatever it is, it's the same thing as going to see a counselor. It doesn't mean that you have lost your faith in God, because it's the same God who gives these counselors the wisdom to help people with difficult challenges. So yes, there's nothing wrong. I'm going to see a counselor doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you upstairs, because people also equate mental health to being, having something wrong upstairs, cray kind of thing. But when you talk about mental health, it simply talks about the health status of your mind. Basically, that's what it is. So yes, if you can have a counselor to talk to, it's advisable that you have that.
Thank you very much. Also, I want to find out, some people would rather talk to their pastors when there's an issue. Like I mentioned, some people are just overly religious.
Yeah.
So I need you to please differentiate. Is it really important for me to, what are the things that I should go to talk to a pastor to, and what should I see a counselor for?
Okay, I can't say specifically that you have to, but the truth about it is there are certain things that a counselor has been trained to do that a pastor has not necessarily been trained. Some pastors get training in counseling, which just is perfect. It helps them with their ministry and all of that. But for a pastor who hasn't been trained professionally, and you take your issues to him and okay, let's pray. There's no doubt. I'm Christian, so I believe in prayer as well. But there are certain practical things sometimes that we need to do, like in cases of depression. How can I practically get myself out of that low, mood? So that those are things that the counselor will be able to walk you through, that your pastor may not necessarily be able to help you out. People who are in relationships where there's fighting, there's beating, and all the pastor says is stay there, just keep going, let God touch his heart. There are things that you can learn, proper communication, those things help to foster relationships. So those are the things that the counselor will teach you. So when it gets to a point where it seems like, okay, I can't handle this stuff by myself anymore, then it's fine that you go see a counselor and ask the counselor for support.
Thank you so much. I also want to know, at what point should I contact a counselor? At what point? Is it when I have prayed, for instance, and I feel there's no answer to that prayer? Or when I really think it's about time to talk to someone? At what point should you seek to see a counselor?
When you're beginning to see that you're on the verge of a breakdown, you find that out. your relationships have been affected, the way you're communicating with family and friends, everybody's like, what's going on? Or you can't function at school or at work. You just, everything going on around you, your current situation just prevents you from being fully effective. You may begin to start considering seeing a counselor. And we have counselors who are equally Christian. So if you're a Christian and that's what bothers you, you find somebody who shares similar faith. So even in the process of counseling, learning practical steps to do stuff, you're also bringing the biblical aspect into it as well. So the people who want that, and some of the counselors just do all professional without any, depending on what you want at the end of the day.
Thank you so much. So talking about professionalism, who should be a counselor? You know, some people have mentors, some people have their maybe elder sister or a friend that they respect. So who should be a counselor? Who should be in a counselor, for instance?
Okay, when you're looking for a counselor, you want to be sure that you're looking for somebody who has been professionally trained.
Professionally trained?
Yes. Because the truth is, this is human life we're talking about. You don't want, and then I need to clarify that counseling is not about telling you what to do. Because a lot of people think when you go to the counselor will go, okay, this is a problem, this is what you want to do. But what the counselor is trained to do is to offer you that emotional support that you need when you're going through emotional difficulties or life stresses in general. So the counselor is there as a sounding board, holding your hand while you walk through the situation. The counselor walks with you. So the counselor is there asking you questions, getting you to reflect. And by the time you're thinking through your thoughts and you're talking through them, you find your way out of it. So you're looking for someone who has been trained, having that license. Well, here in Nigeria, that's something we're still trying to work on, the whole licensing body for professional counselors. But you need somebody with at least a diploma in a counseling course, you understand? So that you're sure that this person has the basic skills to help you. So that person needs to be certified or have that diploma in counseling release, a course in psychology as well, a master's, even a BSc, but you just need to be sure that that person has that degree. And then you're looking for someone who is genuinely interested in helping people. Because a counselor will sit down and do more of listening than talking. Anybody you sit down with and is telling you, is talking more than you are, that person is not necessarily giving you what you need if you're seeking counseling. Somebody who's genuinely interested in helping other people, someone who's not judgmental. So the person offers unconditional positive regard, meaning I may not necessarily agree with your lifestyle, but I accept you as a person and what you have brought to me to work with, I will work with you in that situation. Somebody who is empathic, who gets to see life from your own point of view, rather than you. I try to put myself in your shoes and wonder, what could have been going through this person's mind when that person did this or said that? So you have that, somebody who listens attentively. And when I mean by attentive listening, you're talking to me and I'm nodding my head or I'm saying things like, so that you know that I'm with you. That kind of a thing. So you need that kind of person. Somebody who respects confidentiality. Because that's another thing that I have. Sometimes people go tell their pastor stuff. And the next thing they're on the pulpit. The other day, a couple came to me and that's your story on the pulpit. Yes. So, but the counselor is trained to keep things confidential. I always jokingly tell my clients that don't worry, whatever we talk about is safe here. You won't see your story on Instagram and just tomorrow, just go comfortable sharing as much as you want. So confidentiality is key. Someone who's resilient and patient, because when people come to dump their stuff on you, if you're not strong enough to handle it, you can also suffer a breakdown as well. So you need somebody who's resilient and also patient, because sometimes you find some clients who are telling you, I want change, but everything they are doing is in contrary to that change that they want. So you could get irritated sometimes, but you need that patience to ensure that, okay, this person wants help, but just haven't realized how much they want it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So please, can you walk us through some of the benefits of getting a counselor?
Okay, benefits of getting a counselor. One, you don't have to walk through your situation alone. So you have somebody there to give you that support. But sometimes, some people just want to be heard. They don't even want you to help them fix it. They just want an avenue to unburden. So you have that avenue to unburden, somebody to walk you through the situation. You get a new perspective of your situation. Even your thoughts as well, you begin to see your thoughts from a different perspective. You learn depending on what it is, different skills like communication. You learn better decision-making skills. Basically, you just get a healthy mental life at the end of the day. So those are some of the things that, and then having somebody to talk to.
Thank you so much. So finally, I want to ask the question because I know some young people around that, they need someone to talk to, and when they hear psychotherapy or they hear counseling, they think, okay, so how do I go about it? Do I need to pay? Is there a place I can access this for free? Can you please let us know, how do I get a counselor? Say I need someone, I'm going through a mental health issues, for instance. How do I go about getting a counselor?
Okay, well, thank God these days, practically everybody, especially this generation, the middle age range, we're all on the internet these days, and they say Google is your friend.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, going up on the internet, if you type up counselors or mental health professionals in Nigeria, depending on what state you're in, you would find something that comes up. Even if it's just a name or a link or an organization, clicking on that, and then you find out that from there you can go on to find out. If you have someone who's already been to counseling, better for you. You just ask them to refer you. Okay, so who did you see? Do you think the person will be able to help you? And the truth about it is, not every counselor can work with every single person. You still have to find that person that fits, especially people who share similar views, beliefs, and all of that. So just get on the internet, and definitely the services are paid for. I know quite a number of things people complain about, the fees.
Yes.
That is like they're trying to make money out of people's misery and all of that. But I just think if people can change that narrative, I will still go back to the medical doctors as well. The doctors ask you to bring 2 million for surgery and all of that, and you pay. But it's just that we're still trying to come to, how will I go and sit down and just talk all my troubles and then pay this person to just sit down and listen? I'm miserable. So have mercy on me, or I want pity, or whatever it is. So yes, some services are affordable and some are outrageously expensive. I'll admit that. But the only thing is now knowing, how to get by or come across the ones that are affordable. So if it's okay, I know of an organization, if it's okay to mention them. They're called Attitude Development International.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you look them up online, they're in Lagos, Nigeria, so Attitude Development International. So they have a group of counselors. It's like a training school as well. I facilitate some of their courses.
Okay.
So they have counselors that they turn in year in, year out. So from that range, you will find somebody whose fee can actually afford. And then on Fridays, they offer pro bono counseling. So it's free of charge again. And I know there are a couple of other organizations like that as well. I also do, I have my fees. Sometimes it's on, what's that thing called? On a scale. I can't remember the word, but basically I try to meet you where you are. For people like students, young people, I understand that, okay, definitely your pocket, and a young professional who's working, you don't have the same. So I put those things into considerations as well.
Thank you so much. So you've heard it all. There is nothing wrong with seeking a counselor. Your pastor is not necessarily trained to be one. If you need a counselor, be sure that the person is trained. The person has been trained to be a professional counselor and not just someone who woke up one morning and immediately says, I'm now a counselor, I'm looking out to talk to people. You've also heard that a counselor is someone who is patient, willing to listen to you, not someone who's talking and maybe you who needs the help, you're saying just very little. You want to look out for someone who's patient, who's willing to hear you speak, someone who has empathy, who's caring, who's patient enough to walk you through the process. And she also mentioned something very profound, that a counselor is not necessarily there to tell you what to do. Instead, they are to guide you. They're supposed to hold you and walk you through that process wherever it is that you are right now. She mentioned also that regardless of what it is that you're going through, there are counselors who can, that you can afford. So don't think, for me to access a counselor, for me to get that psychotherapy assessment, I need one huge sum of money. The truth is, wherever it is that you are, you have something that you can afford and you can have access to whatsoever help that you need. I just need to reiterate that whatever it is that you're going through, the Bible says that in the multiple of counsel, there is safety. So feel free to speak up. I know that we live in a society where people are ashamed to want to talk about what they are going through. But I need you to understand that there is no shame in coming out to say you're going through this, because it's in speaking out that you can have access to help. So be comfortable enough, be confident enough to come out, speak about it, and I trust God to give you help wherever it is that you are right now. Thank you for watching this week's episode. Till I come your way next time, this is Mending Bridges, inspiring you to live a chaste, focused, and purposeful life. My name is Chichi Ubunaya. Feel free to call me if you want to record. Thank you so much.